What's up everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna continue working on my 360 out of my 72 Ford F100. The reason why I pulled out the motor is because water mixed with the oil. I was gonna do the head gaskets, but then I decided to pull it out, remove the oil pan, and make sure everything is good. I did not find any metal, luckily, but I did find this piece of aluminum, which I believe is coming from the timing cover. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the oil filter housing, the fuel pump, this pulley, the timing cover, and I'm gonna find out where this came from. I also gotta install my rear main, so I'm gonna be showing you guys how to do that, and I'm pretty much ready to put the whole motor together. I removed the cover and I cleaned it, and I did notice that it's missing a piece right here, so that's the piece that I'm holding. I'm gonna weld this back together, and I also noticed it has another crack right here. I don't know if you guys are able to see it, but there is a crack right there. So I'm gonna be welding the piece back together, and I think I'm also gonna fix this right here. It's not gonna look perfect, but it's gonna look better than how it is. Before I weld it, I'm gonna show you guys why this happened. Somebody used the wrong bolts. So one is longer than the other one. You can't really see, but one is definitely longer. And I don't even think these are for the fuel pump. I just finished welding the cover. So on this side, I just added material to make it stronger. On this other side, it was kind of tough to get. It's a tough angle, so I just added a bunch of aluminum. But now it should be strong enough. I'm ready to install the rear main seal. So you get two pieces. You get these tools so you don't damage one of the pieces. You get these rubber strips and these rods to expand the strips. I already cleaned the surface on the main and also on the engine. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. All right, so first, I'm gonna use super glue to hold this on the main. I'm gonna put one on each end. I'm not gonna leave them flush with the cap. I'm gonna leave them slightly over the surface of the cap. Right now it's too much, so I'm gonna do a lot less. That way when it seats, this is gonna push and it's gonna seal. So let me go ahead and grab the super glue so I can hold them, and I'm gonna show you guys how it looks. I'm using crazy glue to hold the strips. They're also sticking out a little bit from the surface of the cap. For the rear main, it has to stick out 3/4 of an inch on the cap and 3/4 of an inch on the block itself. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of silicone on the strip and also on the cap. And I'm gonna put just a little bit of silicone on the rear main itself, where it's gonna make contact to the other piece, and that should be it. Another thing, I'm gonna add grease on the bearing. I'm not gonna put oil because I don't want to make a mess. I don't want it to contaminate the silicone that I'm gonna use, because you also gotta put silicone on the cap, on just a little bit of silicone right here on the cap where it's gonna make contact. Make sure you don't put it on this area, that way it doesn't go inside the bearing. But that's pretty much it. Once I install it, I'm gonna insert these pins, and that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and install it, then I will show you guys the process of the pins. I wanna show you guys real quick. So that little piece of plastic, you put it in between the seal and the block. That way you don't cut the seal, and you just push it in slowly. See, so I'm able to slide it in. And you gotta kind of use 2 fingers. So I'm putting pressure on the back, and I'm just pushing it in at the same time. And I did put a little bit of grease on the lip, that way it goes in a lot easier. So I'm just gonna measure the same distance at that piece to this one, add a little bit of silicone, and that's it. All right, so there it is. There's the other half. I'm gonna put a little bit of silicone from the strip to the rear main and also to the back, and that's it. I'm gonna try not to put any silicone on this area, because if I do, it might go inside the bearing. Okay, so this is how it looks. And I already installed my rods, so now I'm gonna tap them. I'm gonna go slow and easy so I don't break them or cause any damage. I'm pretty much expanding the strip so that it seals properly. I'm gonna do that on both of them. Once I finish this, I'm gonna completely torque down both of the bolts. These two, I had to torque them down to 105 foot-pounds. That's a lot. I have my torque wrench right here. I'm pretty much done with the rear main, and it looks pretty good. I'm able to see some silicone on the sides, so hopefully it doesn't leak. I've never had a leak before, but these ones, they're kind of sketchy because you're not used to them, but it's not a big deal. I'm gonna go ahead and put the front cover, the heads, then I'm gonna flip it back over so that I can put the rest of the stuff. Now I'm gonna install the timing cover. I have it right here, but before I do that, I'm gonna bolt down the oil pump. I got my oil pump right here, so I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in here and turn it. When I see oil coming out of the other end, I'm just gonna go ahead and install it. I already installed my pickup tube, my oil pump, and as you guys can see, it's already starting to drip oil. So I'm gonna go ahead and install the oil filter housing as well. Okay, now I'm gonna install the timing cover. I put a little bit of grease right here. This is for the fuel pump, and I also put grease on my seal. I already installed my seal, so I just put a little bit of, well, a lot of grease. I'm gonna put silicone on the cover and on the block, and this is my gasket right here. So I'm gonna put silicone so that it seals properly. In reality, you could just put silicone or you could just put the gasket, but I'm just gonna use a thin layer of silicone. That way it'll glue together, and I think it lasts longer too. It should last a lot longer. The timing cover is on. I was gonna install the fuel pump, but I'm gonna wait because I wanna put AN fittings on the inlet and the outlet. And this one right here, it doesn't have thread, so I gotta buy a tab. I removed the old piece. I don't want to use this. I want to use AN fittings because I'm gonna put Teflon lines. So I'm gonna wait on the fuel pump, but I think I'm ready to install the heads. I took out the lifters. I cleaned all of them and greased them, so this is ready to go. I also bought my tab so that I can bolt on my AN fittings. I got 2 of them. I'm gonna go with AN6. The reason why I'm doing the AN is because I want to use Teflon. It's better than rubber. It'll last longer. And I also want the fuel system to look nice. I'm ready to install my heads. They are the same, so I could either put them on the right or on the left. It doesn't matter. I already cleaned the surface of my block. I also installed my fuel pump. There's my AN fittings. They look pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spray copper on the head gaskets, and I should be ready to install the heads. And just like that, the heads are bolted on. I also put the tray before the heads because if you don't, then it's kind of tough to put it on. I spray my gaskets with copper spray so I don't have any leaks later on, or I don't have any problems. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it around. I'm gonna prime the oil, and I'm gonna put the oil pan. I'm ready to install the oil pan. There's my oil pan. So I'm gonna put silicone all around, especially in these 4 areas, right here, on the cap right here, and right here. So wherever there's a gap, you gotta put extra silicone. I'm gonna be using this gasket. Not many people like this gasket because the material, they think it leaks. It doesn't leak, but you gotta be careful when you use it. You can't be using a ratchet or any other tools to tighten it. It has to be hand tight, and you also gotta use Loctite because if you don't, the bolts will come loose and you're gonna get leaks. So I'm gonna go ahead, get everything ready, and I'm gonna install my oil pan. I'm done with the oil pan. So there it is. And like I said before, I did it by hand. This is what I use. And Loctite, if you don't want to damage that gasket. I'm gonna go ahead and install the intake now. Believe it or not, this is the original one and it's really heavy, so I'm gonna be using the cherry picker because I don't want to break my back. And once I get it installed, I'll show you guys how it looks. Like I said before, I have to use the cherry picker because this thing's really heavy. I'm gonna go ahead and install the thermostat now. I got it right here, and after that I gotta install my push rods, my rockers, and I'm pretty much done. Here's the push rods. Before you install them, make sure they're straight. I'm not gonna put them in the same way because I'm gonna adjust the valves, so it doesn't really matter. I didn't label them anyways. So I'm gonna go ahead and install these, then I'm gonna show you guys how to adjust the rockers. So apparently I got lucky because I forgot I have hydraulic lifters and I don't have to adjust the rockers. So all I gotta do is just put a little bit of oil so that when I start the engine it doesn't run dry, and that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and put the covers. I'm gonna add oil, put the distributor, and I'm done. Alright guys, so I'm gonna end the video here because I don't want to reuse the bolts for the covers. I need to go buy some. The other ones are rusted and they look really ugly. They look like worse than these ones. So I'm just gonna run to the store real quick. I'm gonna get some, but I still gotta install the condenser, the points, and I got my spark plugs right here. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and now you also have to add the oil. But I'm pretty much done. So as soon as I get it done, I'm gonna turn it on for you guys. But for right now, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time.